And coming to a nice, comfortable seat, let's go ahead and scoot forward in the chair today. So you're sitting nice tall. You can land with your knees over your ankles. You can just check that alignment. As always, you're welcome to take a block between your feet and thighs. Some days that can feel nice, not necessary. I'll go ahead and start with one between my thighs today. And then let's roll the shoulders back. Ooh. Get some of the crunchiness out. And roll forward. Roll back again. And then before we sit quietly, let's also just shrug the shoulders up towards the ears. So squeeze, create some tension, and let it go. A few more times, just at your pace. Nice job. And then allow your hands to be on your thighs. They can be by your sides if that feels better. Eyelids closed. Take a nice deep inhale through your nose. And sigh the breath out through your mouth. Again, deep, smooth, full inhale. Let the breath go. Do that 3 more times. And then after that 3rd round, you're going to start to find potentially your Ujjayi breath. So inhaling through your nose, exhaling through your nose, creating that soft rush of air in the back of your throat. So there is a sound, there is a heated quality. If that feels like too much today, you simply inhale and exhale through your nose. So just keeping it pretty easy. Both are good. Whatever you're doing, you're bringing your attention to that sound of your breath. Trying to keep the inhale and the exhale really nice and even. It can be helpful to count the breath to find that. As you're breathing here, observe if the shoulders start to creep up around the ears. So is there tension there? Can you soften down? Maybe there's other places where you might be gripping as well. So fingers, toes, inner thigh can grip. There might be tension in the face and in the jaw. Soften in those spots. Good, one more deep inhale. Open your mouth, sigh the breath out. You can blink your eyes open. You're welcome to keep the block if you have one. You can also move it off to the side. Just going to come into some basic cat-cow here. So start to warm up the spine. So just finding this series of back bending and forward folding. You're moving with your breath. As you inhale, you find that arch in your lumbar, your shoulder heads press back. As you exhale, you round and you rock to the backs of your sit bones, drop chin towards chest. We'll just do several rounds here. Take a few moments to be in this. So we really want you to concentrate on finding a pace that feels good for you today. You're feeling a little lethargic, kind of that late afternoon, mid-afternoon slump. Maybe you speed the breath up a little bit, see if that helps to energize. And then conversely, if you're feeling a little anxious, see if you can slow the breath down. And see if that helps to introduce a sense of calm. And of course, you're paying attention to your spine, you're noticing how things are feeling. Let's do a couple more rounds. All right, so go ahead and find a nice tall seat here. And let's go ahead and inhale, reach the arms up. Good, and then you're gonna interlace your fingers and press your palms towards the ceiling. And then just see if you can lift a little higher, but at the same time, you're feeling your shoulder blades release in towards each other and towards your sit bones. Good, so just flip your palms so they face towards your head. And then you're gonna bend your elbows. So your hands are just gently grazing the back of your head. Take a nice deep inhale here. Maybe lean those elbows back. So you feel a little stretch across the pectorals, the front of the chest. Deep inhale. And then exhale, drop that right elbow down. We're gonna just flow like this a little bit. Inhale to center. And exhale, drop your left elbow. Inhale, center. And we're going to continue like this. You are welcome to close your eyes if that feels good. If you're keeping your eyes open, you're just keeping your gaze soft and gentle. Let's do a couple more to each side, just warming up the shoulder girdle. You might be feeling a little stretch in the armpit area. And the next time that right elbow is down, let's stay there, a couple of breaths. Maybe press your head into that left forearm. You might feel a little more stretch in that arm. And then put your brain down into your sit bones. We're gonna release hands and side bend to the right. And check to see if your shoulders are in your ears. Soften them down. As you anchor into that left sit bone, can you wrap your right ribs up towards the ceiling? These look great. Maybe you're gazing up underneath that top arm if it feels okay to do so in your neck. It's a little early in the game, so it might not. Always listening to your body. All right, so let's exhale, bend the elbows again, just interlace the fingers. So we're in a little side bend with our arms like this. We're gonna inhale up to center. And then exhale. So just sitting tall here, but dropping that left elbow down. Again, maybe just pressing the back of your head into your right forearm, seeing where you get some sensation, some stretch. Good, deep inhale, anchor into that right sit bone, and then exhale, release hands, and side bend off to the right. Little twist here, these left ribs are wrapping up, maybe you're gazing underneath that right arm. And then let's just flow a little bit side to side with this lateral stretching. So inhale up, exhale to the right. Good, inhale, center. Exhale off to the left. So letting this feel really fluid and graceful in your body. And again, you're moving with your breath. So we all might be at a slightly different pace. Couple more to each side. And finish up on that left side. Come back to a nice tall seat. And just release your arms by your side. So palms gently facing forward, maybe even turning out a little bit. Little external rotation at the top of the shoulder. Let's inhale, take the arms out and up. Good, and then let's exhale, just bring them forward. So about shoulders distance apart. And then by the sides. Let's inhale, reach forward and up. Good, and then you can externally rotate, so turn your palms outwards. Exhale, release down. Good, again, find that opening, so palms spin forward. Inhale, out and up. Exhale, reaching forward. Inhale, forward and up. Good, and then spin the palms to face out. Exhale, even just kind of feel like you're moving through molasses, so you're giving yourself a little resistance. Inhale, find that feeling, but it's going up now. Beautiful. Exhale, reaching forward. And just exploring this movement in the shoulder girdle. Inhale. Good, palms press out, exhale. Let's do one more complete cycle. Inhaling, taking up space. Exhale, reach forward. Inhale. Good, exhale. And then let's bring the hands to our thighs and then just start to move in to our little pelvic girdle rolls, our little Sufi rolls. And just observing where you get sensation, kind of how this feels. Definitely not like movement that's common to yoga. So it can always feel kind of nice. A little more free form, a little more fluid. You can begin to switch directions. Good. Let's just start to make these circles a little smaller. So making your way back to your mountain pose, a nice tall seat. And as you exhale, go ahead and release your chin towards your chest. I know for me and my body, my shoulders always want to help out here. And so they start to move up towards the ears. Observe if that's happening for you. If it is, maybe it means you need to tuck your chin a little less until things start to open up in the back of the neck. And that breath stays smooth and steady. Good, and then let's keep the chin tucked. As you exhale, bring that right ear towards your right shoulder, and then hang out here for a few moments. You're going to feel that sensation on the left side of your neck. Breath smooth and steady. Let's exhale back to center, hang out here again. Just a few breaths. Good, exhale, left ear towards the left shoulder, but you're keeping your chin tucked to get there. How does this side feel different for you? Good. Exhale back to center. Again, just hanging out here. Maybe you're feeling a little more release in the back of the neck, across the backs of the shoulders. And then let's inhale, lift the chin parallel to the floor. Exhale, right ear drops towards right shoulder. Inhale, center. Exhale, chin towards chest. Inhale, lift chin. Exhale, left ear, left shoulder. Good, inhale up. Exhale down the midline. Inhale, lift. Exhale, right ear, right shoulder. Inhale up. Exhale. Good, inhale, lift. Exhale, left ear, left shoulder. Good, inhale up. Exhale, chin towards chest. Hang out here, a couple of breaths. Shoulder blades releasing down your back. And then keeping your chin tucked, take several breaths this time to make your way off to the right again. And just really slowing it down and perhaps lingering in those spots where you feel some sensation. Good, and when you get there, just hang out, breathe, send the exhale to this left side of the neck, to any places that are really tight. If you want to reach your left fingertips off your thigh, do that. That might just introduce a little more challenge. Finally, if you want to take your right hand to the top of your head. Just apply a little pressure, a little easy pressure. And then you can take your right hand to your cheek. Use the strength of your arm to help upright your head. Both hands come to your thighs. As you exhale, chin drops towards your chest. Check in with the shoulder blades. Feel them squeeze in towards each other, releasing towards your sit bones. And then again, several breaths to make your way to the left. Keeping your chin tucked. Pausing in the places where you're feeling some sensation. And then just hanging out here, listening to that sound of your breath, keeping it nice and steady, the inhale and the exhale. You'd like to reach your right fingertips to the floor. You're welcome to do so. Good. And then finally, you can take your left hand to the top of your head if that's appropriate in your body today. You can always try it out and skip it if it isn't working. Good. Take your left hand to your cheek. Use the strength of your arm to press your head upright. And then again, let's just give the shoulders a little roll out. Good. You can roll forward. Back again. And let's give all of that a little break for now. We'll do a little more shoulder work with the strap, but first let's do a little hip stretching, and we'll introduce a little twisting into this too, which can also be really nice for all of the spine. So our seated pigeon, you can cross your right ankle above that left knee, flex the foot, especially if there is any sensation in the knee. The other variation here is to simply open up this right leg. You can take your right hand and gently press back. You'll probably get a little more groin stretch as well with this variation. So if that's something that you're wanting today, you could also do this like warrior two legs version. So just like a minute here, kind of allowing this right hip, outer hip, glute area to open up. Send your breath, your exhale to the spots that are a little tighter, a little congested. And then you're certainly welcome to just stay upright like this, especially if you're getting a really good stretch. If you'd like a little more, maybe you start to hinge forward. And I find that this goes into the lower back for me, which can feel really nice. And just rest your hands on the leg. This is also a great place to use blocks if you have them. So they just essentially bring the floor a little bit closer, give you a spot to rest your palms. You could use the wall in front of you. You could use a table, a desk in front of you. Always feel free to get creative. Good. So you're gonna slowly roll on up here. Bring your palms to heart center. Good. And then as you exhale, you're gonna twist to the left, and you're just gonna stay up right there. Good. Ooh, as I trip over my blocks. Welcome, Jim. So, Jim, we are doing a hip opener with a little twist here so you can be in your seated pigeon or your warrior two leg, and then a little prayer twist. You might be kind of just gazing out over the top of your fingertips. You might be moving towards looking out for that left shoulder. And you keep pressing palms together. And then option to stay up right here. If you wanted to hinge forward, you might be able to hook that right elbow somewhere on that right foot. And then you can vigorously press that left palm into your right palm. A little forward fold, little twist, little hip stretch, covering lots of bases at once. And breath, of course, smooth and steady. These look really good. As you inhale, come on up. So stay in the twist. Exhale back to center and just release the arms by your sides. And we'll come into the second side. So if you have that right ankle crossed over your left, uncross. If that right leg is off to the side, just bring it back in. And remember, side to side, it's okay if the poses look different. So you might do one variation on one side and a different variation on the other side. So again, our options are to just find this hip opening in the left leg. You're landing with your knee over your ankle. You can take your left hand and gently press back. You might not need to do that. That's just going to intensify things. And again, this, in addition to, it's a little subtler stretch on the outer hip, the glute area than the seated pigeon, but it is a nice stretch on the groin, the inseam of the leg. So if that's something that is calling to you today, you might want to just take this variation. If you're wanting more of the hip stretch and it is accessible to you and your body to cross your left ankle above your right knee, you are welcome to do that. And right away, you're getting curious about how this side feels different for you. Keeping that breath smooth and steady. And we're just going to be here for about a minute. Do less if you need to. All right, so if you're getting a good stretch, you just stay here exactly like this. If you'd like to play with going in a little deeper, it's going to shift where you're getting sensation. Maybe you start to hinge forward, so folding in. And again, hands can rest on this left leg. If you have those blocks, maybe you want to bring hands or fingertips to the blocks. Maybe your hands are on a desk or a chair or a tabletop in front of you, even the wall. And then visualize your exhale going to that outer hip area. I don't know about you all, but this intensified things in my body. As you inhale, come on up to center. Bring palms to heart center, so you're really pressing them against each other. Feel the shoulder heads press back, deep inhale. Exhale, twist to the left. So your lower body is basically staying the same. We're generating this twist from the spine. And keeping that breath smooth and steady. Gaze soft and gentle. And again, it's either out over your tops of your fingertips or maybe you're moving towards that right shoulder. And again, stay here or perhaps hinge forward and you might be able to get that left elbow somewhere on that left foot. So you find a little more leverage. Vigorously press that right palm into your left palm. Feel that openness across your heart and chest. Think a little cobra pose so that sternum is lifting. These are gorgeous. Make sure you're breathing. And then to exit this, we're going to stay in the twist, but we're going to inhale, lift our spine tall. Exhale, go ahead and unwind. Release the arms down. Really nice. Come back to your Tadasana, your mountain pose. So let's do a couple of things with your strap here. If you don't have a strap, you can either just pretend. You could grab a belt, a tie, a sweatshirt would work, a hand towel. So we're going to just do some of our shoulder humblers. So you can also think of this as like shoulder flossing. As you know, we're going to go back and forth. Reaching back is where it gets really tricky. So that's where you're going to potentially widen your strap. And then we can inhale. You come up. And then exhale, forward. We're going to just do several rounds like that, moving with the breath, nice and slow at your pace. As you warm up this shoulder girdle, and we've already done quite a bit of work there, maybe you start to cinch your hands in just like a millimeter closer to each other. Listening to your breath here. Really good. Let's do a couple more complete cycles. Good. So come forward. You might want to give the shoulders a little wiggle out. After that, it definitely kind of warms them up a little bit. And then we're going to come into one more shoulder stretch here. So you're going to take your strap, you're going to just set it over that right shoulder. And then let's go ahead and inhale, stretch that right arm up. Beautiful. Spin the palm to face behind you, so you're internally rotating. Take your left hand to the outer right arm, wrap it in even more, and then bend the elbow. And then left hand comes to the right elbow, and you just apply a little pressure. Breath smooth and steady. So nice tricep stretch. You might be feeling a stretch in the armpit area. If this feels adequate for you, you're going to stay here. Otherwise, you're going to inhale it, straighten that left arm, reach it out, and then do the thumbs down so that palm spins to face behind you. Then the elbow, you're going to walk your hand up your back. And this is where you can hold onto the strap, one in each hand. So it helps you to get a little leverage. Really reach that right elbow up towards the sky as you press that left shoulder head back. So the arms are doing two different things here. These Garudasana, cow face arms. You got a few more rounds of breath. All right, so as you inhale, reach that right arm up. And then as you exhale, again, a little side stretch. I won't be here long. I don't know about you all, but my right bicep, outer arm, is actually burning quite a bit here. Good. Inhale. Up to center. And then just take a couple breaths here in your mountain pose Tadasana. You might even close your eyes. Feel the blood come back to that right arm. And we're going to take that sequence to the second side. So you can switch that strap over to your left shoulder. All right. So inhale, stretch that left arm up, and then spin the palm to face behind you. Use your right hand to help you exaggerate that even more. So you're wrapping that outer arm towards the inner arm. Bend the elbow. You should be getting a great stretch here on the inseam of that upper arm. And then perhaps apply a little pressure with your right hand to your left elbow, a little downward action, and you might intensify things a little bit. And of course, this might be where you stay the whole time. That's absolutely fine. So option to stay here, or you can inhale, start to reach that right arm out, do the thumbs down so the palm spins to face behind you. And then bend that elbow, crawl your fingers up that strap any amount. And then you can start to lean that right shoulder back as your left elbow reaches. And still see if you can find a little bit of that action of the outer left arm wrapping in towards your face, towards the inner left arm. Good, and then inhale, stretch the arms out, and exhale, one final side bend. Just for a couple of breaths, maybe feeling that upper left arm burn a little bit. Good, as you exhale, release down, and let's do a little of our Viloma one breath today. So our 3-part breath, 3 parts on the inhale with little retentions in between each breath. So finding a nice comfortable seat, and you can allow your eyelids to close here. And take a smooth, deep, full inhale through your nose. And a full, complete exhale through your nose. Little pause at the bottom. Inhale up to your belly button and pause the breath. Inhale up to your floating ribs. Pause the breath. Inhale all the way up underneath your collarbones. Little lift of the sternum. You're pausing the breath. Notice if your shoulders are creeping up around your ears, soften them down. Slowly exhale the air out through your nose. And then just take a couple of recovery breaths. So at your pace. And then another round of Viloma 1. So inhaling through the nose together. And then exhaling through the nose. And gentle squeeze of the breath out. Inhale 1/3 of the way up. Pause. Inhale another 1/3 of the way. Pause the breath. Inhale all the way up underneath your collarbones. Pausing. And slowly turn the breath around. Exhale through your nose. Couple rounds of recovery breath, just at your pace. And then one final round of this breath together. So inhaling through your nose. And exhaling through your nose. Inhale 1/3 of the way up. Pause. Inhale another 1/3 of the way up. Pause the breath. Inhale all the way up underneath your collarbones. And slowly exhale the air out through your nose. And just returning to nice, easy breath here. And you can let go of Ujjayi if you haven't already. So you're just inhaling through the nose, you're exhaling through the nose, maybe stretching it out at this stage of the game, really allowing your breath to find its own natural rhythm. We're going to move into our final resting pose, or Shavasana. You might stay exactly where you're at. You might come into a child's pose, a little forward fold, just resting on a table or a chair or desk in front of you. You can come into classic Shavasana, lying down on the floor. So more than a shape, think of Shavasana as being this state of mind, this place of surrender, of deep relaxation. This place where the body and brain can assimilate all of the work that we've been doing this past hour. And last but not least, this opportunity to be quiet and still, to soak that up. Asato ma satgamaya. Tamaso ma jyotirgamaya. Mrityorma mritam gamaya. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om. Take a deeper inhale. Sigh the breath out, ha. And then just start to bring some gentle movement back to your body. So wiggle fingers, toes, circle ankles, wrists, stretch out. Whatever feels good to you here. And then you're going to land with your hands in a pile on top of your heart. And sending yourself, sending your body love and gratitude, sending each other love and gratitude. Promising yourself that you're going to carry this good feeling with you into the rest of the day and week ahead. And bow your head with a smile. Beautiful work today, everybody.